Hey Geminis, Kay from Kay Loves Tarot. So then you guys, let's get stuck into your April monthly. Apologies this is a bit late, but better late than never. So, right, Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising, Gemini. What are the energies surrounding Gemini, Sun, Moon and Rising? One more. So, Gemini, central issue. We'll start with general and then we'll move on to your love spread straight after. So, Gemini, central issue, the moon, the root of this, Six of Pentacles, the recent past, the Page of Cups. Some of you dealing with Pisces. What's crowning? The Nine of Wands, and what's coming towards you is Three of Pentacles reversed. I'm just going to pop some clarification over these, you guys. Okay. Wow, Gemini. Okay, I mean, we are in Mercury retrograde, so I completely get the fact that the past comes back around and creates a lot of issues, and, you know, whether it's a literal past coming back or whether it's just memories from the past, whichever way you want to look at it, seems like you're no exception. So we have a central issue. I had to pull a few clarifiers over this because it was just... There we go. We've got the Moon, the Ace of Wands, Judgment, and the Eight of Pentacles reversed. So I kind of want to say we have some sort of a secret sexual liaison there. The Ace of Wands is the resonant boner card. So yeah, I've kind of got this secret sexual liaison being a central issue here, okay? Maybe we've either slept with someone from the past or someone from the past is coming back to have a sexual liaison. I don't know what, but there's no effort being put into any sort of commitment. So this tells me it literally is just, I'm looking at some fun. The root of this. Yeah, we're trying to get what we deserve, but we kind of lost control a little bit here. That's why I'm seeing the Emperor in the reverse. Losing control of a situation. Losing control of yourself. Not having enough willpower to say no, being too weak, and it's, you know, I can see the weakness right here. So in the recent past, you know, we've had this confidence to move forward. I always see the Page of Cups as confidence in all matters of love. But again, because of maybe weakness, and maybe we've been on an ego trip or somebody else been on an ego trip, whichever way you want to look at it, you know, it still created some sort of burdens here in the past, and it's like this energy is coming back around in the now, and yet it's still not consistent. It's still not gonna survive. So some of you have literally already this month or last month slept with someone from the past, and kind of want to say, you know, we're either back at square one or we're sort of entering into a very similar situation that we're struggling to get out of. That's how it's looking. So what's on your mind is offering commitment. However, you still want to keep that protection up. You're not communicating it just yet, but you are considering it. Or you want to ask for commitment, but again, we don't really know how the other person's going to react. This is kind of like, okay, I want it, should I offer it, or should I wait for them to offer it? I'm not going to tell them, though, that I'm thinking about this, because if I'm wrong and they don't want commitment, I could lose what I've already got. But it begs the question, why are you happy with just fun? So what's actually coming towards you, Gemini, is someone's getting dumped. I feel like you guys are the one to do this. You know, the Queen of Swords reversed is kind of that ignorance. Ignorance is bliss for you kind of thing, and that's your energy. And obviously, the Two of Pentacles is reversed. Somebody's getting dropped. Maybe they drop you, and then you have to ignore them. Maybe you drop them. But the Three of Pentacles is reversed, so despite what's going on, there was something to learn from this person that you're involved with, and the lesson's not been learned. And you guys will know what that means. You know, sometimes it's about re-establishing self-respect, you know, not waiting for them to dump you, not waiting around for them to say something to you. Maybe the Queen of Swords reversed is you guys wanting to say something, but you haven't. And now, you know, you're the one that's kind of got dropped and you've never said anything. It's a hard, bitter pill kind of lesson to swallow, but for some of you, the lesson still stands. Even if commitment in a relationship doesn't materialise out of this situation, the lesson here is to actually speak up. You know, I kind of feel like some of you just feel blocked from being able to speak up, from being able to talk about this situation. Like, it's all fun and nothing else, you know, and you're not really talking about it. I kind of feel like that's really what's going on here. Let me throw some Romance Angel cards. Maybe we'll be able to see what's going on here. This is definitely someone who you've already had this situation with before. It could be like an on-off kind of thing. But yeah, let's have a look. So, 3 cards for Gemini. Sun, Moon and Rising. April. There we go. Let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. Well, that's what you want to do. I have the Children card. Sometimes it can literally mean children affecting your love life. You know, either they've got kids or you've got kids, or, you know, some sort of thing around children. Or it's just somebody acting childish. One more. Pay attention to the red flags, Gemini. The signs of caution in you. Let me just quickly clarify these. Alright, bear with. Oh. Some of you dealing with earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Some of you are being promised something that's not going to be delivered. So, over the let go of control issues, allow a situation to unfold naturally. If somebody isn't actually consistent with you, in and out, in and out, in and out, it's not because they're up to no good, it's because they're actually genuinely busy. So if there's a lot going on in someone's life that you're involved with, maybe it's a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It's not that they're lying to you. We do have some extreme honest truth coming through here, okay, with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. And obviously, the High Priestess is reversed. This is the revelation. This is the honesty coming through. So some of you have got the issue with control because maybe, you know, we're very sort of early on in the dating game with someone that we've already been with before. Or even if it's somebody new, even if the previous reading didn't apply to your situation and you are just dating someone new, again, it still stands. Somebody's in and out and in and out and in and out, and because you can't control that situation of when somebody's out, you automatically assume they're up to no good, when really that's not the case. They're actually being very honest with you. Especially if they're earth or fire. So, over the Children card here, I have got the Page of Pentacles with the 3 of Wands reversed and the 10 of Pentacles. Kind of want to say, some of you got baby mama or baby daddy issues. I want to say this is for the women who are waiting on, or even men, I suppose, we can't be too sexist. Somebody's waiting on some sort of child maintenance to come through. I want to say, right at the point when you give up and stop waiting, they actually pay up. I kind of want to say that if you've got children with someone that you think has been fickle and not really paying their way, if they tell you that they'll pay it, they're just a bit busy at the moment, they are telling the truth. I just feel like that's an extra message for some of you. For others of you, you could be accusing someone of acting childish when actually they're not. They're actually becoming a bit more serious about you. again, it still applies to the first reading. You guys not wanting to speak up and then you're effectively backing out and somebody gives up on you. Could be the vice versa. Totally could be the vice versa. But, you know, again, I've got a 10 and a page here, okay? And the page is holding the 1, the ace. And so we'll go from an ace to a 10. So any kind of relationships at the moment, yeah, okay, they could be good, but I feel like it's temporary because it's rushed. But yeah, for those who have children, I definitely want to say, if you're waiting on someone to pay up child maintenance, they will. It might be, though, just at the point when you give up and think, fuck it, why am I waiting? But I feel like they will. For some of you, though, I do feel childish behaviour along with children as well. For example, say you are not interested in getting back into a relationship with a baby parent. You know, you kind of maybe they're bribing you in some way, you know. Oh, I'm not going to give you any money until you get back with me and blah, 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 blah. You know, all that shit. That you might find out that if you call their bluff and say, well, no, I'm not getting back with you. If you're not going to pay, don't. I'll take you through the courts. I kind of feel like that might scare them. Like, it don't even have to be through the courts, but like if you got some sort of a threat, that might scare them into paying up. Either way, they're going to pay up. So, here I have got, pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you regarding somebody who has shut you out, who wants to come back, but they're still not focused on this commitment sort of thing just yet. But again, I have the 10 of Cups, which overrides it. So it's to sort of say, just because somebody doesn't seem like they want commitment initially, that doesn't mean to say that energy's not going to change. This is more about sticking it out for some of you. Obviously, it can't possibly resonate for all of you. But for some of you, especially if you're very concerned that somebody's not being honest and that they are messing about when they say they're working, etc., etc. No, it's not the case. So actually being quite honest with you, Gemini. But at the same time, I do sort of want to say that commitment's definitely on the table, especially with somebody who's coming back from the past. But at the same time, I kind of want to say that the 10 of Cups is the end result. I feel like if you guys aren't focused on this, then yeah, it can pass by you quicker than a Virgin train, I suppose. I do think, though, that the minute you think somebody's not prepared for a relationship or doesn't want a relationship, they may surprise you. I'm just saying, it may come out of nowhere that they actually do want everything that you want, but at the same time they do want to take it slow. So I just want to say, some of you, before you cut your nose off to spite your face, actually talk to this person. The whole point to this reading is the fact that you're not talking about what's on your mind in terms of commitment. If you know, I always say, if you don't ask, you don't get. If you ask and they say no, at least you've got a straight answer. You can move on to the next person who can possibly give you 10 of Cups happy ever after. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll leave that there then, Gemini. I wish you all the best for this month and beyond, and I'll be back soon. You guys take care. Bye-bye for now.